Is XRP gearing up for another run to the upside? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the technical analysis on XRP, reviewing what I think is likely to happen next and all that wonderful stuff. As I get into it, if you find it useful and informative, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And if you haven't joined us in Discord, what you're waiting for, check it out, linked in the description down below. Now, I'm a little bit under the weather today, so I'm going to try to keep this one nice and brief and to the point, let you guys know everything that's going through my head in terms of the price action for XRP, and hopefully get you guys set up for the day. Now, just bear in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot give you financial advice. All I can do is give you my thoughts and opinions on the data in the charts as I personally see it. Of course, if you do have access to a financial advisor, you should probably consult them. And yeah, let's just get right down into what I think is going on here for XRP. So, I apologize if I cough or sneeze or anything like that, guys. So, for the most part, we are finding support on the 50 EMA on the hourly chart here, okay? So we can see that we're finding this as a good area of support. We're also down in this oversold area as well. So let's follow on from where we were yesterday. And I think we were on this chart. Yes, we were. So let's go ahead and take a look. Right. So yesterday we were basically talking about this move to the upside. We basically come up into our C wave expectations and our B wave expectations after our breakout of our ascending triangular wedge pattern here, and we're looking for this move to the downside. Now, it doesn't look strong enough right now for a move to the downside, and we did actually extend a little bit higher than our 1.236. That means that this could be a WXYXZ structure instead of an ABC structure, meaning that we go for WXYX and then we come up a little bit further into that Z wave. Now, if that is the case, then we can of course be predictive over where that last Z wave will go. It will be right in here. Let's see if I can draw this up. Here, let's go ahead and remove that. Okay, so it's basically going to be 78.63 to 82.82. Okay, that'll be the high. Now, I think there's enough momentum to go after that. Okay, that is still, of course, our B wave, and we will still be looking for a move down to probably towards our 200 EMA once we do this. And the 200 EMA at the moment is at about 63 cents. So we know there's going to be a pull to the downside. We can see this on our stochastic RSI. Okay, now there's two different stochastics that I've got here. I've got this one, and then we've got this one here. They are using different positions on the, or different source RSIs. This one uses an OHLC4, which is basically the average position of a candle, whereas this one uses a close position of every candle. This means that you can be on different positions, either oversold or overbought, depending on the type of RSI source that you use. And so I like this one. I think this gives us a little bit more accuracy. It uses an average position rather than a close position, and can sometimes give you a little bit of a head start versus that of the close position. So I like this one a little bit more, but I use both just to keep cross-referencing the two. So as we can see here, we have momentum on our hourly chart. This is where I think the Z wave comes in, but ultimately I think we come into these other time frames, such as the 4-hour time frame. If the stochastic RSI will load, we can see that actually, you know, that we might actually be progressing up to the overbought range and then look for a pull to the downside. So I don't think it looks overly too promising there. So essentially we are going to be looking for a move down. As I said, 63 cents seems to be the obvious at the moment once we complete this move upwards. Okay, so for XRP, maybe expect a little bit more green in the market. I could be wrong on this, but for the most part, I think that's kind of where this could potentially be heading. So if we take a look at this on our weekly time frame, again, I'll make this a little bit clearer to see. We can see that we came up to not only our C wave target for XRP, and I think that was the daily time frame. No, not this one. Must be, yeah, this one here. So we had our daily target C wave hit. Okay, this comes in at the 93.76 cent range, and for our weekly time frame, that happened to coincide with our 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level, right? So our Fibonacci is sequencing here, and we can see that we rallied up and we hit the 38.2% retracement. These are not coincidences that our C wave target, which was 1.236 times that of our our A wave structure happens to coincide with our 0.382 on our weekly structure. Okay, these are not coincidences. These are very much structured out Fibonacci sequencing, which pretty much most people are going to be aware of and resonate with. Now, if you're not aware of them, you're reacting to these numbers regardless, whether you're aware that you're hitting them or not. But for the most part, these are key areas where we would see normally support or resistance form, right? And so we've hit this 382. We also hit the 1.236, and so here is a natural area for rejection. Now, as you can kind of see, our original expectations were to be more around 61 to 66, but with the break of the news of XRP, we actually rallied up significantly higher faster. Okay, so for the most part, that's where that lands. Now, I think we are going to be heading down more towards our 236 area, our 0.236, this being 60.73 cent. Now, if we reflect on what we were just talking about in regards to our daily time frame and our hourly time frame, right? If our hourly time frame 200 EMA comes in at 63 cents and our 0.236 comes in at 60 cents, well, we can understand that maybe there's going to be a wick situation here where we do push down and we find this as a support level for XRP, and all we're then going to do from here is rally on up. Okay, so I do expect there to be a bit of a move to the downside at a macro level, that this is going to take weeks to play out. I don't think it's going to be instantaneous. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how that plays out overall. But for the most part, my expectations are that we will move down, we will kind of fill that out, and we can see that we've kind of hit all these other Fibonacci sequencing numbers pretty reasonably and pretty well. So there's nothing terribly too unusual with regards to those. So yeah, I think a small break upwards, then a move to the downside. As you can kind of see, we've got two big fair value gaps. I think the first one's an obvious grab coming in on the low side of 61 cent, whereas the larger one at the bottom here could be a little bit more problematic and could take some time to grab over maybe the next few months or so. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. For the most part, though, I think it's pretty interesting to see the price action react the way that it has done. I think we're in a big three-wave corrective structure to the downside, and all we're doing at the moment essentially is going up into higher highs and higher lows, which will eventually break down. It might just be that we have to come up into that area of equilibrium before we get rejected. So short term or micro structure terms, I think we're going to go up on a smaller time frame, like say 4-8 hour time frame. I think we'll head down, and then of course, I think we've got the weekly moves towards that 60 cent range before we go ahead and break on up again into more significant surges and pumps upwards. I'm going to leave the video there though, guys. If you have found it useful and informative, smash the like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done out of the way, guys, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
We are not financial advisors. None of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.